So I was about to head on a walk, and I figured, you know what? While I'm walking, I might as well just tell you about the Catalyst Business Acquisition Bootcamp that we have coming up. Now, if you are a professional, let's say a doctor or IT person or whatever it is that you do, but you work a 9 to 5, that you're like, listen, I don't know how much longer I can keep up with this. I don't know how much call I can take anymore. I don't know what this is. Now, listen to what I'm about to tell you, okay? When I found this out, it felt like somebody had been hiding something from me, okay? Because the last 5, 10 years, actually 10 years, honestly, I had been buying real estate, the rental property, the inner city duplexes. I'd done multifamily, I'd done flipping, I'd done short-term rentals, I'd done rental arbitrage, I had done all the things, right? And the one thing that I kept hearing from people that would come to me about this is that, they're like, wait, but this property is going to make me like $200 a month. And I was like, yeah, because, long-term wealth. But then I realized that if I had bought a business with the same down payment that I was putting down for my rental properties, I could have owned multiple businesses at this time that would have cash flowed enough to have replaced my income with potentially one transaction. And so when I found this out, I'm like, I need to get the word out. People aren't talking about this enough. And so I actually hosted an event called Acquire Your Freedom. And when I did that, people were asking me, like, is there a course for this? Is there a thing? And I actually then reached out to one of my mentors. His name is Michael Byers. He has done over 50 deals himself. His current portfolio currently does about $145 million annually. And he agreed to host an in-person event where you basically sit down with people who are interested and show them the ropes of how to do business acquisition deals. What do I mean? He's going to teach us how to, have something in my eye. You're going to learn how to find deals, how to fund them, how to grow them when you actually acquire them, and then how to possibly exit. Now, I'm usually excited when I see because I'll show you in a second, okay? When you buy a business, right, it's valued based on a multiple of the profit. So let's say a business makes a profit of, let's just say, $200,000, just for small numbers. You could potentially buy that business for either $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, okay? So this means that if you were going to buy a rental property for $400,000, that rental property will probably have made you a profit of, let's just say, $30,000. And you'll be very happy because you made a good cash on cash return. But if you bought a business for $400,000, that business better be making you at least $200,000 in profit. Okay? When I saw those numbers, I was like, wait a second. Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this, right? And the beautiful thing actually is that when I then spoke with Mike, he's like, no. You can't be doing those small deals. You can't be touching the $400,000 deals. You need to come up a little higher because the $400,000 deal is basically a small job. We don't want a job. We want a business that by the time you buy it, it has employees, it has customers, they figured out the systems. You're not going in there to now work the day to day. It has a manager in place that can actually do the thing. And he says that you generally find those businesses those businesses have usually hit at least 1 million. So the floor for his criteria that the business does at least $1 million in revenue, the business has at least 25% profit margin, the business has at least 10 employees, the business has at least somebody in the business that could potentially run it after you buy it. Okay, so between 1 to 10 million, I started doing the math and I'm like, okay, so I can actually choose to buy a business that replaces my income. So now when I'm using the filter of the deal, the filter to search for deals, I set my filter to kind of match my salary. Because listen, we're not doing this for likes on Facebook. We're not doing this to gain followers. We're doing this because we want to actually get something that can actually help you. And I'm saying a lot of actually. Just bear with me, okay? We want something that will potentially help you make life changes. Maybe cut back from work, reduce your work time, spend more time with the kids, go on more vacations, all those things that we kind of talk about in real estate, but are like, yeah, but you can do it for like the next 10, 15 years and then you get to that point. We want to get it done now. Anyway, so I spoke with Michael, and he agreed to host. He agreed to host an in-person event with me. It's going to be right here in Syracuse, New York, and people have been signing up. You're going to be, I mean, it's coming together, and I'm loving it. But now I'm like, running ads and letting people know about it because I want to get the people that actually need this information in the room. Okay, if you come in person, you have an opportunity to meet with not just myself, not just myself and Mike, but you also get to meet with the other folks who are interested in learning to buy businesses. If you are in the room, you will get to build your network of potential buddies doing this with you at the same time. People who knows, could become your partners as you do this, okay? People who become resources. Mike is a treasure trove of resources. You talk to him one day, oh, do you know anyone that has, oh yeah, I have a guy, okay? This is why I'm telling everybody, like, get in the room. Get in the room. You really want to get in the room, okay? So Mike's current portfolio does about $145 million in revenue annually. Annually. He has closed on over 50 deals, okay? And he even actually just closed on one just last week, okay? Now, when you come for Catalyst, okay, you will not only get 3 days of high-level intensive training. I mean, we're talking full day Friday, full day Saturday, half day on Sunday. Um, you'll be learning how to find, how to fund both creative and traditional strategies, like like just beautiful strategies that you don't hear on TikTok. Okay, you'll walk away feeling confident to go out and start that deal, but the learning is just the beginning. Because by the time you walk away, you will also have access to Mike's proprietary software. So after I spoke with him and I said, you know what, can you do this with us? He agreed. And he was like, oh, we can also give them my software. And I was like, oh, okay, tell me about the software. So the software, he built this software for his own team. He built the software for his own team. His team uses it to find him deals. Basically, it scrapes 847 websites every 4 hours and it pulls up the new deals that were just listed. So what this does for me, so previously I used to like check just like a handful of websites, but now when I use his software, I'm able to see which ones just got listed so that way I can be like the first person seeing the deal. I can be like really early in the conversation with the sellers to get that deal. Now these are on market deals. But when you actually sit down with Mike at Catalyst, you will learn even off market sourcing strategies for finding deals. So that's the first bonus. So the first thing is that you will get access to Big Deal Machine for 6 months, 6 months of access to Big Deal Machine. But the second is he also added that we can get access to his what's it called? His deal document vault. Okay? The deal document vault is basically where he put in all his like templates. So when you're making an offer in a business, for example, it's called like a letter of intent that you send. You don't have to go create this from scratch. You can literally take his and modify it to suit exactly what you're going to be doing. He says that the documents in that vault probably cost him over $100,000 of attorney fees to put together. And honestly, when I got access to the vault to now like be able to talk about it, I was like, holy smokes. There's all kinds of things in there. There's like templates, there are contracts, there are more like educational documents, there are like, growth kind of like growth tracker type things like KPI spreadsheets and all those things inside there. I'm like, I don't even know how to classify these things. I just call it a vault. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, and these are the things that you get access to. Access to the event, access to the Big Deal Machine, access to the deal document vault, the networking opportunities. And listen, the amount of value that you get from this. So we actually recently hosted the kind of like the pre-event for those who registered early. And when I asked them, hey guys, just tell me sort of like, how did you feel? Was this worth your time? Like they all gave it a 10 out of 10. And that was just the pre-event. Somebody who attended had a question that he was like, oh, this is unique to me, okay? Because he actually had a unique situation. And I was wondering what Mike was going to say. And dude, Mike pulled out some strategy that I hadn't even thought about. Holy smokes. Okay, listen. So anyway, I don't want this to get too long. It's already at 10 minutes now. But listen, just check out the info down below. This was just to kind of like break it down for those of you who are a little more visual. But yes, Catalyst Bootcamp, September 12th to the 14th. I would rather see you in person because there's so much that's going to be in the room. But if for any reason you can't be in person, you've got a dog that needs to be watched. No, I'm just kidding. Life, right? Then fine, you can take the virtual, but make sure you get the virtual VIP so that way you can actually ask questions in the room and kind of like be part of the experience. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I will see you in September 12th. Take care. Bye.